Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first meeting for the Parks and Rec Commission of the 2020 year. It is February 1st, and will staff please call the roll?
Good evening. Commissioner Bridge.
Here.
Commissioner Barnett. Sorry.
Oh, here.
Commissioner Esparza.
Here.
Commissioner Pollock.
Here.
All right. Commissioner Randolph.
Here.
Commissioner Suchek.
Here.
Commissioner Stearns.
Here.
And Commissioner Alexander.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And would Commissioner Regina Suchek please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. And now I'll turn it back over to the secretary to read the procedures for public comment under the emergency center, or emergency order, sorry.
Good evening again. And we've had a minor change to our order, so I'll read this out loud. Pursuant to the executive order executed by the Governor of California on March 17th, 2020, that was a long time ago, and as a response to mitigating the spread of COVID-19, the meeting of the Parks, Recreation, and Libraries Commission will allow members of the public to participate and address the commission during the meeting. That is only by one method at this point. Public comment may be submitted by telephone only during the meeting and prior to the close of public comment on the agenda item listed as well. You can call 916-774-5353 to make a public comment at the onset of the meeting when the chair opens public comments, as well as on each action item this evening. If you call, you'll be placed on a brief hold until the attendant answers. The broadcast here is delayed up to 30 seconds when you're watching at home. When your call is transferred to the commission, you'll have 5 minutes in which to speak to a regular agenda item and 3 minutes at the onset for public comment at the beginning of the meeting. I will monitor your time and let you know when your time has expired. When calling, please do not use the speakerphone option, as it may create difficulty for the commission to hear your comments. And please make sure your television volume is turned down. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, thank you. I know that's a lot to read, and we're not used to it. So thank you for reading that. So I'm going to now open this up to public comment. Citizens addressing the commission during the public comment are limited to 3 minutes unless extended by the chair, and must be regarding an item that is not listed on the agenda and are within the city's jurisdiction. The Brown Act does not permit any action or discussion items not listed on the agenda. No action will be taken on items addressed under public comment. And at this time, we're going to take 30 seconds to open it up to public comment. So we just kind of sit around, wait, and look at each other while we while we wait for public comment, or if there is one. Just a reminder on public comment, the phone number to call in is 916-774-5353. All right, looks like there's people not calling in. I'm surprised. Okay, so moving on to that, I'll go ahead and close public comment for now and ask for an approval of the last meeting minutes, which was in December. We have a
Chair, I make a motion to approve.
perfect. Thank you, Commissioner
Second.
Randolph, and second from Commissioner Stearns.
I will abstain as I wasn't here.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Perfect, thank you. The motion has carried. Now on to item 6.1, introduction of commissioners by Jill Geller.
Thank you. Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. I'm Jill Geller, your Parks, Recreation, and Libraries Director. And I know that you all join with me in welcoming our new commissioners here tonight. So we thought it would be a good idea to open the meeting, allowing everybody to do some brief introductions. And meaning everybody, that's the existing commissioners as well as the new ones, so we can all get to know each other. So if you just want to share your name, a little bit about yourself, if you're on the commission, how long you've served. And Chairman Esparza, I'll turn it back to you, and you can lead this discussion.
Okay, I'll start it. So my name is Mike Esparza, and I have a business just down the street. I have an insurance office that we've been there for over 30 years now. I'm second generation. I'm also 4 years commissioner on this, committee, and I really enjoy it. I think it's a great part to be a part of park naming and seeing what's happening in the city. And I guess I'll pass this on to Commissioner Bridge.
All right, name is Matt Bridge. I've been in Roseville for about 15 years. Got 2 little kids, and we love going to the parks and taking part in the programs that are put on by Parks and Rec. Also like the libraries. I'm a member of the board for the Friends of the Roseville Public Library. That's there you go.
I'll let you go next.
Hi, my name is Leah Burnett. I am the new youth commissioner. I'm a sophomore in the Oakmont Health Academy, and I dance 13 hours a week at a local studio. I don't know. That's pretty much it.
Great introduction. Thank you. All right, and come on to you.
Hi, I'm Sandra Pollock Cushing. This is my first meeting as new commissioner. Very excited to join and be a part of this. I have 2 kids, 4.5 and 3, so I'm very involved in this whole aspect of Roseville. Been here for 3 years. The Air Force moved us from New York to out here to Travis Air Force Base, and we just happened to end up in Roseville. And we've loved it so far, and it's just look forward to get more into the fabric of the community. And my husband is currently deployed right now, so he just left last week. So thank you for having me.
Hi, my name is Nick Alexander. I've been in Roseville for over 30 years. I'm in the real estate development business here in town. This is my 5th tour on the commission. I served previously with Andre and with Roy there. Anyway, I look forward to it. I have 2 kids in college. My son's at UC Davis. He happened to be a lifeguard for the city for 4 years. My other daughter's at the University of Utah, and then I have twin girls at Oakmont High School. So anyway, I'm pleased to be back on the Parks and Rec Commission and look forward to working with all of you.
Glad to see you back here, old friend. So, hi, my name is Andre Randolph. This is my second term on this commission. Served multiple terms for the county commissions. Worked for the state of California. So my life's work is the people's work. So that makes me happy. Been in Roseville. Graduated Roseville High. So I've been here for quite a while. 3 grown children, all graduates of the Wood Creek High School, college grad, and 2 in college now. And in my spare time now, besides retired from football coaching, just like Mr. Nick here, I utilize these parks, so happy to be here.
I'm Regina Socek. I have been a Roseville resident for about 26 years now. I moved out here to join an architectural company here in Roseville. Actually had interned here when I was in college as well, and ended up moving back out from the Midwest. So I'm an architect with a company here in town, and very glad to be here. I don't have kids that have used the parks, but I do have a dog that has used the doggy parks.
Excuse me. Roy Stearns. I've lived here with my family since 1990, about 31 years. I retired as Deputy Director of California State Parks and retired as a reporter from KCRA Channel 3. It's my second term on the commission. I have 2 kids that went to Oakmont here. They're grown and working, which is nice. 4 grandsons, and I'm happy to be here. This town is a gold standard for parks, and we need to keep it up.
Thank you very much, everyone. And it's such a strange time that we're meeting new people, but we're not able to shake hands. But just know that we're virtually shaking hands, or we're kind of nodding that way to welcome the new members to the commission. And now, moving on to item 6.2, we'll bring Christy LaRoche up to talk about Youth Sports Coalition Committee member appointment.
My name is Christy LaRoche. I'm the Parks, Recreation, and Library Superintendent that sits on the Youth Sports Coalition as the staff representative. I'm here tonight regarding the Youth Sports Coalition board positions. Currently, Commissioner Esparza and Commissioner Bridge serve on the Youth Sports Coalition. However, the departure of Commissioner Nishihara's leave remains 1 vacant position on the commission. Tonight, there is an action item to appoint 1 additional commissioner to serve on the Youth Coalition.
All right. With that, as the chair, I think I'd like to share that responsibility with somebody else to see if they're willing to take it. So, do we have a motion for some other committee member to step up as the Youth Sports Coalition chair? I'm going to look at Matt.
Are we doing the a chair, or we just need to appoint somebody?
Tonight is the appointment of the vacant position.
Of the vacant position, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Vacant position.
Vacant position.
Okay, so we need to add a third
Yeah.
piece.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll go ahead and join.
perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's also
We
another.
have to. Okay.
Oh,
So I make a motion to appoint Regina to the Youth Sports
second.
Coalition.
Great, thank you. I didn't even ask for a motion. That was good. That's amazing how that
Thinking about
happens. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, motion carries.
All right. So I'm also here, there is another action item for the commission. I am bringing forth a recommendation from the Youth Sports Coalition to allocate resources from the YSC portion of funding from the Roseville Youth Soccer Club for improvements to the fields at Maidu Park soccer fields. The total contribution from their account is $12,000. To give some background to the commission regarding the Youth Sports Coalition, it is comprised of 7 youth sports leagues. They do pay a per-player fee that goes into 3 separate accounts. A portion of their account goes into park maintenance, rehabilitation, and general work on the facilities. Another one of the accounts is a capital improvement fund for individual league projects, and then lastly is a capital improvement fund for larger city projects. The $12,000 comes directly from the Roseville Youth Soccer Club's account. So as a reminder, there's no city funds used to fund this project, this portion of the project of the $12,000. Each league has a dedicated capital improvement fund, and the reimbursement would come directly from the money set aside.
All right. I failed on the last motion to open it up to public comment. So as we open up to public comment, we do have that 30-second delay, but as we're waiting for that, I think I'd also like to turn it back to the committee here to see if anyone has any questions. Do we have a public comment? Is that what? Okay. We'll take the phone call right now.
Sure. This is Vice Mayor Roseville. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Bruce.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who's on the commission for their service. I'd like to recognize our incumbents, Chair Mike Esparza and Matt Bridge, who were already there. As you might know, this is a pretty popular commission. We had 16 folks who wanted to serve along with you on the commission. And I think Commissioner Royster said it well. This is the gold standard, and thank you for your work. Our staff is dynamic. Those of you who are joining the commission for the first time, thank you for stepping forward, and call on us at the City Council anytime you need us. Okay.
Thank you.
So that was City Council. I didn't catch his last name. That was City Council Hudashed? Oh, okay, got it. All right.
Commissioner Esparza, I misspoke when I said the amount of money. I apologize. It is a $72,000.
I thought it was quite a bit more than that.
Thank you.
I'm assuming there's no more public comment phone calls? Okay, I will now close public comment and then open it up to staff, or to committee to address any questions about the $72,000.
Yes, thank
The
you.
second number better.
Yes, thank you.
I have just kind of a general question. It's not actually on this particular amount, but I know we've approved other improvements over there, so I'm just kind of curious if is there kind of just a general improvement over at MyDo? Is there more that are, that we're working our way kind of around the different fields and stuff?
So right now, this contribution is to renovate the Mighty Soccer Complex, the actual changing it into Bermuda. And so we worked with both the Roseville Youth Soccer Club as well as Grant Bay Football Club to provide some contributions toward that bigger project. So it's the new Bermuda and then irrigation upgrades. So that's really what this is all about, is just allocating those dollars that they would like to contribute toward that project to offset our overall costs.
I was asking more in general because I know we've done allocations through the youth sports complex over the last year a couple of times. I was just kind of curious if all of the fields were kind of undergoing a renovation and this was just kind of the next in the,
You're right that every year there's a contribution. This year it is just focusing on the soccer. We're contemplating other fields, but we're not quite there yet so far as that goes at MyDo.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And anything more to add to that, Chris? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve, or do I need a motion on this? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the?
I'll move to approve.
Thank you. We have a first
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, thank you. The motion carries. And now on to item 6.3, Youth Sports Coalition project. Wait, are we in 6.3 or 6.4? 6.4. Someone's supposed to turn my page for me. That's what.
We went fast, didn't we?
Yeah, review of the Johnson Pool renovations proposal by Tara G.
Good evening. I'm Tara G., your Park Planning and Development Superintendent. Tonight, we are here to talk about the Johnson Pool renovations. As a reminder, this is an information item as well as an opportunity to seek public input. Johnson Pool will be celebrating this year its 100th anniversary. Wow. Built in 1921, the pool was constructed by David R. Johnson and after some time donated to the city for operations. For those who are unfamiliar with the location, it is located off of Vernon Street and D Street. The city is applying for a statewide park development and community revitalization grant. This is one of many grant programs established by the passage of Proposition 68. This is a competitive grant. We feel that this project fits well with the grant program, which outlines reinvestment into existing parks and recreation facilities, serving a recreational need within a core neighborhood. We have engaged the aquatics facility architect, who is assisting us in identifying priorities to enhance and upgrade the pool. And the following items or amenities are proposed to be completely renovated and or relocated within this site. We're looking at the pool and the pool deck, the mechanical room and equipment, locker room, staff room upgrades, especially as it relates to ADA, and looking at more shade, more seating, and picnic areas. As a part of the grant, public outreach regarding the project is required. So today indicates the 5th effort to seek public input. Other efforts include, in December, a virtual meeting with the neighborhood, which was notified residents through postcards. In December, we posted a video outlining the amenities that we're looking for rehab. And so that was posted online for anybody who missed the meeting to be able to review and provide feedback. In January 23rd, we met on site in case anybody wanted to come by and give us public input face-to-face or mask-to-mask, 6 feet, 6 feet apart, of course. And that was on a Saturday morning. And then in January, we also sent out flyers describing the proposal and the type of rehab that we're looking at. And we did it both in English on one side and Spanish on the other side. And of course, today, February 1st, we're here at the Parks and Recreation Commission seeking input, not only from yourselves, but anybody who would wish to call in. As mentioned earlier, there's 2 purposes for us being here. Again, to update or provide you information about what we're looking at, and also to receive any public comments that people may want to make. So this concludes my presentation. I stand ready to answer any questions you may have and receive any feedback.
Great. So at this time, I will open up to public comment, and as we're waiting for public comment, which was about 30 seconds, we'll see if any of the commissioners have anything to add or question. Roy, please.
Want to go now or wait 30 seconds?
No, go ahead, please.
Well, I see you're asking for $3 million, but you've got a laundry list there that seems extensive. Is $3 million enough?
Well, what we need to balance is how much money toward how long the pool is open. Right now, it's 8 weeks in the summertime, and certainly what we'd like to be able to do is to be able to open it up longer than that. But right now, $3 million, we feel very comfortable based on the consultants' cost estimates. We certainly can spend more if we wanted to really renovate it. But one of the things we need to be cognizant about is that this pool is surrounded by residents. So there is not a lot of parking. So, when we have family fun nights, blocks and blocks are full of cars. And so we just want to make sure that any amenity, any improvement is sensitive to that neighborhood. So $3 million, we feel comfortable that we're going to be able to replace the needed amenities, do ADA upgrades, and really deal with the pool and the pool deck.
Yes, Andre.
All right, not so much a question, but a comment. This is where it would be nice if Miss Audrey was here on the commission to be able to see this one. She's a huge fan of that pool, has been asking, for renovations there. So the fact that it's made it this far for renovations, this is, I think this is a great move, and this would honor her service on this commission. So very good.
Point. Yes.
I was wondering if you've already received the grant.
No, the grant is due March 12th, and we're completing the outreach, which also is the requirement with regard to that. So we will be applying. To mention, this grant is the same grant that many months ago I presented the Sogstad revisioning, and this is the same program for that. There's just under $400 million that the state has to be able to award. They award anywhere between $4 and $8 million a project. So we feel pretty good that we can be competitive. But it is a competitive grant, and it is the last round. So statewide, there's hundreds of applications that will go in and will be ranked. So we'll see, fingers crossed.
Commissioner Suchek.
Do we know when we'll hear back?
They probably by July 1st, the beginning of their fiscal year.
It would be nice to get this project done. Johnson Pool is in a neighborhood that the kids there need a place to spend their summers there.
And if you haven't been by, there's a beautiful mural that was painted this last, during COVID, but it's beautiful. It's an aquatic, 2 of the exterior walls facing the residents. And so drive by and take a look at it. It's beautiful.
Perfect. Okay. And I'm hearing that there is no public comment, which means my understanding is there's no motion we need to approve. So we will now move on to item 6.5, park name recognition, also by Tara G.
Well, good evening again. I'm pleased to present to you this year's recommendations for naming of 2 parks. The parks include Parkside W50C. It's a 1.2 neighborhood park in West Roseville, located off of Garland Way, and it's 4 corners, so Telluride, Silver Plume, and Castle Rock. The other park site is Pocket Park F101, which is an 1.5-acre pocket park located on the south side of North Hayden Parkway in the Fitment Farm area of West Roseville. Now, I will get to this one as well. There's a third park that we looked at as a subcommittee, and that was Pocket Park F94, which is another 1.5-acre park site located on the north side of North Hayden, also in the Fitment Farm area of West Roseville. The park naming subcommittee met in September 2020 to review all names submitted during the annual July submission period. 13 submissions were received. In addition to the new suggestions, and consistent with the park naming policy, the subcommittee also reviewed 6 names that remain on the list from last year. After careful consideration, the park naming subcommittee is recommending the following for the commission's review and approval. For W50C Neighborhood Park, 4 Corners Park. 4 Corners was suggested due to the names of the streets fronting onto the park. These street names are towns in Colorado. Colorado is one of 4 states whose state lines meet at the same point on a map and forms 4 corners. The shape of the park is the same shape and width will be the spot where the neighborhood will meet. This is a great opportunity for a geography lesson and a theme at 4 Corners Park. F101 is Pocket Park, and the recommendation is North Hayden Park. Simply, the suggested name, is based on the main street leading into the park. For the third park, F94, Pocket Park, the subcommittee is recommending that we defer the name until the 2021 park naming cycle, which again is in July of 2021. They won't break ground until the summer, so we do have time for that. So generally, this item would have been presented to you in the fall, but due to COVID restrictions, the postponement was set for today so that we can go forward. The construction of both sites are scheduled for sometime this summer, so it is timely that we are able to make a recommendation to you, and if approved, we would forward it to the City Council for formal approval. So this concludes my presentation for the park naming, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Great, thank you very much. With that, we'll open this up to public comment, and while we're waiting for public comment, we'll go ahead and circle around to see if there's anyone that has any questions or to add to the park naming process. I can chime in on this a little bit. I was part of that, although I did have some technical difficulties getting connected on that Zoom call. But I really enjoyed the dialogue we had with that small committee in picking the names for those parks, especially the Four Corners Park, because it's kind of a unique name. We tend to go with names of people or names of areas, and this one just kind of, in its unique name, I think it'll stand out as a park to remember. So that process was really neat, and I recommend any other commissioners, especially the new ones, to participate in those park naming ceremonies or the meetings, because it's just kind of cool when you can go back home to your family and say, oh, by the way, I know about a new park and I know its name. So that's kind of cool. Anyone have anything else to add? All right, and I'm guessing we also did not get any public comment. Okay, so I will close public comment, and can I have a motion to approve the names of the parks?
Sure. Make a motion to approve Four Corners and North Hayden Park for approval by City Council.
We have a first
Second.
and second. Thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, motion carries, and we will move on to, what are we doing here? Item 6.6, election of officers by Jill Geller.
Good evening, Jill Geller again, and in accordance with the meeting procedures for the commission that are noted in the administrative standards, the commission is to select a chair and a vice chair for the upcoming year. The current officers for 2020 have been Mike Esparza as chair and Matthew Bridge as vice chair. Changes of officers will be effective with the next meeting after your election tonight. So having provided this brief introduction, I'll turn it back over to Chairman Esparza to lead the discussion in the election of officers.
All right. This does seem kind of strange to open to public comment, but it sounds like I'm supposed to do that anyways. So I'll open to public comment, and while we're waiting for that, we will discuss if anyone has any questions about who's going to, is this to step in as chair and vice chair?
Chair and vice chair.
Okay. Yeah, and just to kind of reiterate the way it's worked in the past, doesn't necessarily mean it has to work this way in the future, but I was the vice chair to Commissioner Andre Randolph while he was chair, and then I stepped in as chair after his year in office. And then this is possibly my last meeting as chair, unless someone else steps in to be chair and vice chair. So would anybody like to look at being chair?
Do you want a motion?
Are we looking for a motion, or are we looking for
We will have
discussion?
a motion. Whenever you're ready for the motion, you can discuss first and then make a motion, or make a motion and have your discussion prior to
Okay.
voting.
Yeah, I didn't know if discussion needed to happen first, so I guess since Commissioner Stearns is ready to make a motion, we'll go with the motion.
I would go with the way we've done it before, and I would make a motion that Matt Bridge step up and sit down in the center chair. Are you willing to do that, Matt?
Yes.
Second that motion.
I will third that motion, if that's even possible. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Perfect. One more thing I guess to add to that would be a vice chair.
That's right.
So do we have a motion for anyone to be vice chair?
To make a motion for Regina if she's amenable. All right.
Sure.
I would second that motion.
Perfect. We have a first and second. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? Perfect. The motion carries. And I guess we did not ever have any public comment in public comment. So closing public comment, and also carrying this discussion on to board member and commissioner staff reports.
Jill Geller again. I'll lead it off very quickly with a very short staff report. In front of each of you tonight, we put a Parks, Recreation, and Libraries mask. I see some of you put them on quickly, and you look fabulous in them, I must say. And also in front of you tonight is a 2020 overview of the experiences that we provided to the public, the visitors that we had in our facilities, the parks that we have. You'll notice on the back side, we now have 78 parks with the opening of some new parks last year, which totals about 806 acres, park acres. Just for your information, our parks crew also manages 303 acres of street landscaping. And our goats grazed 1,400 acres this year. You can see the parks that we have in the works as well. Recently completed in 2020 was R.G. Phillips, Rakuchi Park, and Pistachio Regional Park. And under construction, John L. Sullivan, Harry Crabb Central Park, and Jim Gray. Now, actually, those first three were completed this month, but because this was a 2020 overview, they're showing as under construction here, and Jim Gray should be completed very soon. The only thing I'll call your attention to additionally on this form is, it will be interesting to see how these numbers compare to previous years. And I don't have that data right here, right now, but you can see on the graph that's on the lower section of the front page how our total visitors just plummeted once COVID hit. We were riding pretty high there in January and February, and once March hit, we went down to next to nothing. You can see where the dots turn green. The key says that that's limited openings. As the guidelines changed, we were allowed to start opening some of our facilities at limited capacity. So we saw the numbers start creeping up again until, once again, we went into the regional stay-at-home order, and they plummeted a little bit. But we're starting to climb back up, and we look forward to 2021. As guidelines allow, we will be welcoming people to our facilities. And that's all I have tonight.
Great, thank you very much. And am I correct in there's no other staff reports?
No other staff reports tonight.
Right. Well, what a fun meeting it was today. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Board member reports?
Sorry, what was?
Are there any board reports or comments from the board members?
Oh, that's what I just asked, I think, but I guess I didn't specify if it was board reports. Does any board members have any?
I'll just comment, my family went out to the Rakuchi Park the other day with the zip line thing. That was a fun addition, because we'd gone out to the one in Lincoln a few times, and now we don't have to drive as far. It's great. And interestingly, goats do a little bit more maintenance than as far as acreage, than our staff.
The goats are just entertainment, is what they are for me. Yeah.
I'll add just a wish that we have 7 park openings and park grand openings to go to sometime later this year. We missed the ones this year.
Perfect. All right. Now, I guess I'll try to adjourn the meeting now. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
There it is. I second.
Unanimous there, huh? All in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. And that calls the meeting for today. And we'll see you, I believe, next month.
Good.